So, folks, this is one of those situations where I think the crowd mentality means well, but it comes off in a bad way and can really make a person make a decision that they probably shouldn't be making. And this might be one of those situations, folks. So have a take a quick look at this. So she's writing in to say, "Am I the asshole for asking for divorce when my husband spent the night as at his ex?" Doesn't sound good, does it? She says, "We've been married since September, together since 2019, expecting our first child. I love him very much. No other issues, but his dear friend Emma, who is also his ex-girlfriend. In the beginning, it was a lot of touchy-feely. Even before I knew they were exes, I found it odd. When I later found out they were together for several years, I mentioned my discomfort to him, and at first he thought it was ridiculous, but later respected my feelings and set boundaries. I don't consider myself the jealous type, not even remotely. My husband has a lot of friends, both male and female, and I trusted him like he trusted me. But sitting on my lap, acting cute and childish, was just a boundary that was crossed for me." So she's saying that at the time they were fiance and soon to be married, the ex-girlfriend thought it was cute and jumped on her husband's lap, acting cute and childish, and that was a boundary that was crossed. So there's a lot of bad blood here already with the ex-girlfriend. So she says, "He didn't come home Saturday and he called me and said that he was very drunk and staying at his buddy's house. The morning after, he casually told me that he spent the night at Emma's house, the ex-girlfriend. I literally wanted to vomit. I packed my things and called my dad to come and pick me up. I did it when he was at work on Monday. I texted him that it was over. I'm done," she says. "He's been calling and texting all week and coming to my parents' house every day, wanting to speak to me, but I refuse. All I answered is that once we start the divorce, he can reach me through my lawyer. The thing is, I'll never know, and I can't live like that. It's like Schrodinger's cat," which I didn't know about this story. She says, "I will never know for sure if the cat is dead until I open up the box. I will never know for sure if he cheated on me until he confesses to it." The thing is, you don't really know, right? It seems like the obvious happened, but you don't really know. And she says, "My friends think that I'm overreacting. My parents are supportive, but only because they respect my decisions and always have. They haven't uttered their opinion. My husband is going mental, and Emma, well, she texted me swearing up and down that nothing happened with LOL, and don't be this insecure and insensitive or sensitive. I told her that this was between my husband and me and it had nothing to do with her, and that her answer was, 'It's not like we did the deed.'" I didn't answer. "What can I do now? I want to stay anonymous, please." So my whole point in this thing is, folks, that marriage is trust. And I'm sure she sees the problem here, and the ex-girlfriend really didn't help matters. He could have slept any place, but he didn't. And who knows what the ex-girlfriend's intentions really are. It's true he screwed up big time, and yes, you may never know what happened, but going back to that trust thing, is it worth giving him another chance now that he's real clear on not doing this again? I mean, there is a child involved. So it's really worth weighing all the good and bad on this decision before just jumping into settling on divorce. And so that's what I said. And when you look at the other responses, they say, "Listen, I'd rather sleep in the bed of my truck on a winter's night than even sleep in my ex's front yard. Not that I hate any of my exes, just respect my wife too much to even be in that situation." I agree. And other people are saying, "It's not like we did the deed," means he was too inebriated to get it back up after I did something else to him. I mean, there's all sorts of speculation here that's really pushing her down that narrative that, you know what, just divorce the guy. Somebody else says, "Yes, they may not have had intercourse, but something definitely happened. Just the fact that he was even at her house was so in the wrong. And oh man, those LOL chick texted the wife? Who the heck does that?" Somebody else says. And then somebody goes on to say, "Exactly, such a lack of respect, even without the ex-girlfriend, the behavior is questionable." And the fact that he lied beforehand, I mean, everybody's sort of, just piling in on this guy. And then somebody else says, I hope the drunken sleepover with Emma the hoe was worthwhile. Once the trust has been lost, it's pointless to try to restore it since you will always be wondering. Well, just stop wondering. Just assume that maybe something happened. I mean, people make mistakes, right? Life isn't like you get on the highway, you pay your toll, you get on the highway and you arrive and everybody's happy. Sometimes you blow a tire. I mean, sometimes things happen on the road, people cut you off, all sorts of stuff. I mean, life is not as clean and as clear as we'd all like it to be. Um, and I'm just saying that this guy just assumed that he made a mistake. And this has happened how many times do you think in relationships? I guess my point is that there's a child involved here, and it's really worth thinking through the things that you like about him and weighing what you think could possibly be the negative, and you have to weigh that with the consideration of the child before you jump into making that decision about a quick divorce. So no, you're not the asshole here. He's clearly the asshole, but I think a lot of these people are just on a witch hunt here to just burn the guy, but they're not the ones that have to live the rest of their lives with a child that doesn't have a father, and then you wondering if you made the right decision because you did, this and this and this. I'm just saying, slow down, give him a chance. And you might just find that, after setting the boundaries and having a conversation with the guy, that it's worth giving him a second chance. And 10, 20, 30 years from now, you might be happy that you did. Chances are you'll know if you made the right decision. If you give him a second chance, you'll know if it's the right decision very shortly down the road. Till next time, folks.